Hello everybody, my name is Stef Sanjati and welcome to my home. You guessed what time of year it is? You didn't, that was past tense. But you're going to. Guess what time of year it is? It is the holiday season, pretty much. And I know a lot of people, especially my viewers, like to see it in a very hyper-capitalist, like, ooh, way. But for me, I'm able to separate that from my nostalgia and my fond memories. And I wanted to just take you with me down that lovely road today. So get yourself a nice little hot chocolate. You can do one that's lactose free, I promise. This one is made with almond milk. And let's just hang out together. And I'm gonna put up my Christmas tree, but it doesn't have to be Christmas for you. It can be whatever holiday you want, or no holiday at all. Honestly, the big thing for Christmas for me, or the holiday season, is about human connection and food, mostly. And I think that's beautiful. Yummy. Did you hear that sound? Let's do it again for the ASMR. I choked. I guess we should start with getting the tree out. So I'm gonna find a way to get it out of here. Oh, look at that. Easy as pie. Please be careful handling knives if you're going to, okay? You don't want to hurt yourself. This looks like it's the top of the tree. So I'm gonna set that down here. I bought a tree that had a cool base. It's in a pot, so I don't have to put a rug around it. And in Toronto, and in any big city really, if you're from New York or LA, you might understand this too, you can't really get a big tree because you don't have much room. This is pretty much my whole living space. So I like this tree. It's 5 feet tall, which is just a tiny bit shorter than me by 3 inches. And I like it because it doesn't take up that much room, but it's still very beautiful. I think I should plug it in behind here so you don't see the cord. Oh, that's pretty. This is so bright. Okay, this must fit in there somehow. Ah, I see it. Yay! See? This is just about as tall as me, 5 feet. That's so cute. So I thought, while I did this, we could talk about our past holiday experiences. And as I've grown into an adult, I'm turning 23 by the way in 2 days as of recording this, it's changed a lot for me. And I want to talk about that because I grew up in a very happy family. My parents were together for my entire childhood. And the holidays were like this big, joyous, beautiful ball. And I was bullied really badly in school, so for me it was like I got to look forward to not being in school and also spending time with a family that I enjoyed spending time with. So it was really lovely in all ways. A specific memory I have so many of just all the colors in my house. My mom always decorated with lots of gold and lots of red. And it was always very warm, and that was such a contrast from the outside because I live in Canada. So we get snow, and I mean, to be fair, I live in southern Canada, but it's still very, very cold in the winter. The inside of my home was always so warm. So the holidays always felt really safe for me, and I think that's why I love them so much as an adult, because it reminds me of that time in my childhood where everything was fine, and I didn't have to worry about anything at all. And now that I'm older, and of course I understand a lot of the cultural and socioeconomic background of these kinds of holidays, I still cling to that nostalgia, but it's a bit harder. And this is my way of finding happiness, I guess, right now. I have very turbulent emotions and moods, and sometimes it's hard for me to enjoy life. But something about the holiday season makes me feel okay and safe, you know? So this Christmas tree is not just a decoration. This is like a symbol of safety. And I think that's why it's so important to me to have it. And I'm really happy that I got one this year. We're done spreading out the spruce. You know, I think she looks nice and full. She's thick, you know? She's just like me. Where should we start? I want to start with these acorns. These don't have any way to attach themselves, but I'm gonna make it work because I think it's important to have cute little decorations. They're so sparkly. They're probably gonna get gold glitter all over my entire apartment, but I'm okay with that. We can just balance them. These should go last. We're learning lessons as we go. Put the normal decorations on first, like the balls, little golden balls. I went with full gold decorations because that's kind of what I think looks the most lovely. But when I was a little kid, we had these huge cardboard boxes. They were like 3 feet tall and 3 feet wide, and they were full of all these different weird mishmash decorations. We had these little porcelain angels, and some of them were ones my brother and I made at school, and it was really eclectic and beautiful. But then when my brother and I moved away, my parents changed them to just red and gold, which is kind of sad because the old ornaments all had a story. My mom wanted to keep them, but I don't know where they are now. That's okay. Next we're gonna do these little stars. I like these because they have lots of points on them. Ooh, these are so glittery and pretty. Something else I'm remembering from childhood holidays is my aunt. She makes these butterscotch peanut butter squares with marshmallows in them. They're so good. And she also makes these snowballs. They're just like coconut balls, I think, but they're so yummy. And those are exclusively holiday treats. She only makes them for Thanksgiving and for Christmas. And they are the flavor of the holidays for me. My family always did turkeys and stuff, but I don't know, it's not as memorable for me. The stuffing is though, because it's got bread in it. And I think that's fair. We got some thicker stars. Put one of them here. Aw, she's cute. One of them towards the bottom, maybe there. The back's gonna be kind of bare, but I think that's okay, because nobody really sees it. I got these cool little leaves, and I think these will fill up a lot of room. I think one of them might be good right here. Yeah? We'll just kind of let it bounce. Oh, I like that. Oh, this one is really pretty. It's a stag, and it's got golden antlers. I think what I'd like to do is eventually collect a bunch of eclectic decorations too, and then I can get rid of the balls and stuff, because they're not as fun. Oh, and my holiday, oh, listen. I forgot about the most important detail of my Christmas childhood. And this is why it's so magical to me, I think, is my dad bought this tree that was 9 feet tall. And it was a Christmas display tree from the mall. Like, it was a mall display tree. He bought it in the new year after Christmas is over, and I'm from a small town, so it was pretty cheap. That was when the mall still existed there. It doesn't anymore. I was a very small child, because I'm not a very big person. I'm pretty small, right? This tree was huge. And I would go and lay underneath of it because it was high enough. There was like a foot or two gap, maybe just a foot. So I could crawl under there and just lay under the tree where the light bulbs were warm. And they weren't LED bulbs, they were those warm ones. So it was truly on fire. And it made me feel so cozy and safe. And it's a nice memory. My dad used to carry me to the top of the stairs and he'd hold me. We put the tree beside the stairs. So you had to be at the top of the stairs to reach the top of the tree. My dad would pick me up and he'd lift me this way so I could put the angel on the top. Because he wouldn't be able to reach it anyway, so he had to just move me to reach it. That's a nice memory. I think part of why I want to have a family so bad is because how much I love Christmas. And I want to give another child that kind of Christmas, you know? Or that kind of holiday season. Hang in little pine cones for my pine tree. Yeah, what's left? Ooh, I got these feathers. I think these are really nice. There's so many too. I could make a wing. Something else that happened, was it last year? I think it was last year. I don't remember. Everything's kind of blurry. But I grew up thinking my family was perfect, you know? And that nothing could ever change that. And then my parents split up recently, like permanently. It's not a split up, it's like it's done. And that messed me up. Because it's not that, I mean, I know that happens to a lot of people, but it never crossed my mind that it might happen to me. Like, I thought that was impossible. And it's kind of put me in a weird place, like, mentally, for a long time. And I'm coming out the other side, and I'm happy about that. But things like every single childhood memory of mine involves us being a family, you know? And then out of nowhere, for that to no longer be true is really jarring. So I've been spending holidays with my mom, and I love that. But it's bizarre for me to think about all of my holiday memories during the holiday season, and it's all with the whole family. And now I get half of it, which is great, and I love my family. But it's just, I think it's something people don't talk about. And I think we should, because it's something that we grapple with, you know? And silence doesn't solve anything. I guess it used to always be so simple, right? Like, I would just go home to my family and spend the holidays with my family, but now there's two sides. And I guess, like, it sounds, if you don't experience it, it sounds so simple and so, like, passive. And that's how I felt about it before my parents separated. But now it's something that is very present in my thoughts, you know? It's intense. And I didn't know that until it happened. I always saw it as very simple, and it's not. It's not simple at all. So I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do for the holidays, but I know that lots of other people experience that too. Who's calling me? Maybe it's my mom. Hello? Hi, Mom. What are you doing?
Just filling up Lucy's water.
Lucy's water? I miss her.
I was just calling to check to figure out what day you're coming, or
I'm gonna come on Tuesday. Is that okay?
that's your birthday.
Yeah, is that okay?
Yeah, what time, or do you know?
I haven't bought the ticket yet, but I'll let you know as soon as I do.
Okay, so you'll be here for your birthday, because I want to make you supper if you can. If not, I can make you supper Wednesday.
I can make it for Tuesday. I'm setting up the Christmas tree.
You want?
Yeah.
Good. Did you get a little one or a big one?
It's 5 feet tall,
Oh yeah, that's fair.
and it's kind of narrow, so it fits into a corner of my apartment.
Nice.
And I got lots of gold decorations.
I got a whole bunch of extra gold ones. Hey, send me a picture.
I will. Oh, I got acorns.
I'm glad you did that.
Me too. It makes me happy.
Yeah, I got mine up, and it looks like Charlotte came and rearranged it all for me.
Yeah, of course she did. I wish she would do mine.
Yeah, she did a good job.
Do you have any memories of Christmas as when I was a little kid, Ma? Anything I used to do? No, I used to eat the ornaments.
Yeah, I got pictures of you not touching the ornaments. You're not supposed to be touching the tree, and you'd be looking at me and reaching your hand over to the tree.
Because I'm always doing things I'm not supposed to.
And you used to have your rocking horse. You would ride it into the tree across the carpet.
My rocking horse, I remember it. I would move it physically?
Yeah, you did.
That's wild.
You used to rock hard enough to get it to move over to the tree, and then you'd say, you didn't touch the tree, the horse did.
Oh. So I was always an aggressive, troublemaking bitch.
Yeah, you were. Tony talked more. You did stuff sneaky.
Tony talked to the tree?
No, he would tell me, like he'd take his advent calendar in the bedroom and he'd eat it all, because I told him when it's all gone it's going to be Christmas.
Oh.
And he was about 3 and he took it in his bedroom and ate it all, and he goes, now it can be Christmas, it's all gone.
Do you have any favorite holiday memories?
Well, you liked your, the one that we got you, the Snow White doll. That was your favorite.
Yeah.
Favorite, your Snow White doll.
How old was I when I got that doll?
I think you were, I want to say maybe 3.
3.
Because you kept crying for it, and then when you got Christmas, he said he did it, he remembered.
Santa?
So you must have told him when I took you to visit him, you know, in the mall.
Oh, I wonder what he thought of that.
Talk to him. You would actually talk to him.
Because I believed in him. I remember I used to look up at the sky when I was like a little bit older, and kids at school would be like, Santa's not real. I used to be like, yeah, he's not real. And then I'd look up at the sky as if he was God and be like, I'm sorry, Santa, I believe in you.
And I remember I had to always read to the cat who climbed the Christmas tree, because he got in all kinds of trouble.
I think I related to the cat. I wanted to climb the Christmas tree.
Yeah, well, he wanted to ask questions, because everybody told him that she guarded the tree, and he wouldn't take their word for it. He wanted to climb the tree to ask the angel himself. So
What did he want to ask the angel?
if she guarded the tree in the house and stuff.
Huh.
I read that year after year. It was called The Cat Who Climbed the Christmas Tree.
That's
It
really
was a
pretty.
little red book. Do you remember they're called red books? Those little, or golden books. You know those little thin ones?
Yeah, didn't it have gold
I had
pages?
to read it. Oh, yeah, the edges were all gold. Yeah. I had to read it every year, over and over and over.
I remember that.
Yeah. And we would have fires in the fireplace like that. Again, you're not supposed to touch, but you would try to poke it with the poker and stuff. And the poker was heavy.
Yeah.
And then you would drop the black end onto the beige carpet. And then you would, of course, say you didn't do it. Like you always said, everything. Yeah, I didn't do it.
No, I didn't do it.
No.
That's okay.
Yeah. Like I said, the most I remember was you riding that horse. And I can't believe how hard you could get it to rock to get it to move on the carpet. And it was the horse that touched the tree, not you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
That was you.
Okay. It's still me.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Bye, Ma. Love you.
Bye. Love you too. Bye.
Wow. I love her. It's time for the star. Are you guys ready? I bought one that's, I broke the box. I got one that's 3-dimensional because I wanted it to have a bit more height so that it could be taller than me. I think this is really pretty. I might move the feathers because they're a little bit condensed, but we'll see. All right, let's do it. We're gonna just shimmy you on down there. Oh no, is it strong enough? Yay! Isn't it cute? Oh, I love this. Does it look cute? Do we like it? You guys have to comment. Let me know what you think. I think it looks better from this side. I'm gonna turn it so you can see it. Hold on, there's wires. I need to move this. No, I don't. I need to move this up to here. Maybe this over here. There! Oh, well, no. You guys know how this is, right? I'll never stop moving. Oh no. She's a bit heavy. That's okay. Maybe I can like stabilize it with like a rod or something. A chopstick! Let's see. Yay, I think that worked. We did it, guys. Maybe, you know, if you're in the city or if you're an adult, you know, you don't live with your family anymore kind of thing. Something like this brings me a lot of happiness. So I thought maybe it'll bring you some too. If you live alone, I don't know, all I can say is for myself, but this makes me feel like I'm not so alone. And that's nice. So I will see you guys later, and I hope you have a happy beginning to your December, and that you have a good season. And we're here for each other. You remember that. Bye.